Hello students, this is human digestive system part 2. Okay, if you didn't see the part 1, then click the link available in the description. Okay, so let's start our process. Students, the food firstly reaches our mouth. Yes, the food firstly reaches our mouth. This is our mouth. Okay, this is our buccal cavity. Okay, buccal cavity. Buccal cavity. Or you can say mouth cavity. Okay, when food comes here, then it is crushed by our teeth. Yes, into the forms of starch. Yes, when the food reaches here, it is crushed by our teeth in the form of starch, small particles of starch. Yes friends, small particles of starch becomes hair. Okay, then uh, these glands, yes friends, these yellowish glands are salivary glands. This also, okay, same it is. Okay, these are salivary glands, friends. Yes, these secretes, these glands secretes a fluid called saliva. This saliva, yes friends, this saliva fluid, there is a saliva fluid. Okay, when you eat something, you like your mouth water. So what is it? Yes, it is saliva, students. The saliva mixed with food and makes it passage smooth. Its passage smooth. Okay, smooth. And saliva also contain an enzyme called salivary amylase. Salivary amylase. They contain salivary amylase. Okay, salivary amylase. Students, this salivary amylase breaks the food from starch into small particles of sugar. From starch to sugar. From starch to sugar. From starch to sugar. Okay, students, from starch to sugar. Okay, dear students, is the mentioned concept clear? Is the mentioned concept clear? Okay. Okay, students, then our food reaches the food pipe. But before that, I want to ask you why the food not reaches to our nasal cavity. This is nasal cavity. Okay, why the food not reaches to this? Because there is a lining called pharynx. Yes, friends, organ. There is a organ, pharynx, which prevents the going of food from nasal cavity. Okay, students, is it clear? Yes. Then this food reaches to our esophagus. This is also food pipe or esophagus, students. This is our food pipe or esophagus. Okay, esophagus or food pipe. Okay, dear students, this food pipe or you can say esophagus do some peristaltic movements. Yes, students, it do some peristaltic movements like this. When the food reaches the first esophagus, it expands. Yes, friends, or you can say relax. It relaxes. Okay, it relaxes, and the next portion, this portion contracts. Yes, students, this portion relax and this portion contracts. Then students, then this portion contracts. Okay, this portion contracts. Yes, and this portion relax. Okay, and the next portion will automatically contract. Then this movement goes on. Yes students, this movement goes on. This part will contract and this part will expand and this movement goes on. Okay, and this movement is called peristaltic movement. Yes students, peristaltic movement. This movement is also done by our stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Okay, we will discuss them later. And then the process of peristaltic movement is called peristalsis. Yes students, peristalsis. The continuing relaxation and contraction of esophagus is called peristalsis. Okay, not only the contraction of and relaxation of esophagus but that of stomach and small intestine and large intestine also. We shall discuss that. Then students, our food, suppose our food is like this, it reaches the stomach. Yes students, it reaches the stomach. If I close this portion, then it will look like this. The food reaches the stomach from this sphincter muscles. Yes students, from this sphincter muscle. This is one muscle and this is one muscle. They opens when they see the food is coming. Okay, and they closes when the food should not be entered. Okay, so the food reaches to our stomach. Okay, to our stomach. So students, suppose this is our food. This is our food. Okay, okay, so the food entered here. Okay, entered here. Friends, our stomach releases HCl. Yes students, stomach contains some gastric glands. Yes students, gastric glands. If I can make pictures of them, then they will look like this. Okay, gastric glands are look like this. Okay, so gastric glands releases HCl, but why? Because HCl, yes students, HCl provides acidic medium to a protein digesting enzyme. Focus on my words, protein digesting enzyme. And the protein digesting enzyme is nothing but, so students, the protein digesting enzyme is pepsin. Yes students, pepsin. Yes, pepsin. This pepsin digests protein from our food. Okay, suppose this is protein and this pepsin digests it. Okay, pepsin digests protein. But students, this pepsin doesn't works in basic medium. Okay, it doesn't works in basic medium. It wants some acidic medium. Okay, it wants some acidic medium, and this acidic medium is provided by an acid called HCl. Okay, and HCl is provided by what? Yes, gastric glands. But students, this HCl, yes students, HCl is very dangerous for our stomach. I mean, even it can harm the walls of the stomach. So inner lining, you can see the orange lining, it is the inner lining, is provided from the action of HCl, and this inner lining is what we call mucus. Okay, and for why HCl is released? For pepsin. So you have to learn these three main concepts: HCl, mucus and pepsin. Okay, let's move to our next part. Then by the opening of this sphincter muscle, our food reaches small intestine. Okay friends, from this sphincter muscle, there are some sphincter muscles. Okay, two sphincter muscles. Okay, this pipe is called duodenum. Okay, from this duodenum, the food reaches small intestine. Okay friends, small intestine. And what happens in small intestine? Let's look to this in detail. So students, this is our large intestine and this is our small intestine. Okay, so students, I want to say you that the food is finally digested in this small intestine. So there a question will come in your exam is where the food is finally digested in small intestine. Okay students, in small intestine. But students, this pancreas, yes students, it is pancreas. Okay, this pancreas plays a very important role. It secretes pancreatic juices. Yes students, it secretes pancreatic juices. Pancreatic juices. And pancreatic juices contain enzymes like trypsin, lipase, and pancreatic amylase. Yes students, pancreatic amylase, not salivary amylase. So students, forget this shadow. Okay, this pancreatic amylase, pancreatic amylase. Okay, so students, these enzymes work in our small intestine. These enzymes work in our small intestine, not pancreas. Okay, so from this pancreas, these enzymes reaches small intestine, but these enzymes also not work in acidic medium. Yes students, these do not work in acidic medium. They want some alkaline nature, and this alkaline nature is provided by bile juice. Yes friends, bile juice. This bile juice is secreted by our, yes, liver, by our liver, and it is stored in this gallbladder. This is gallbladder. Okay, gallbladder. So from there is a bile duct. Okay, from this bile duct, uh, the bile juice reaches our small intestine and provides acidic medium to these all three enzymes. What are the works of these enzymes? Let's discuss them. So students, our small intestine, in our small intestine, you can see it. It is our small intestine. This trypsin digests protein into this digest protein and convert it into amino acids and this lipase digests digests fats into glycerol, and this pancreatic amylase, it digests carbohydrates, obviously in small intestine, and convert it into glucose. Okay students, glucose. So students, you have to focus on these words. Okay, but students, before going another work of this bile juice, let's discuss it. Bile juice. Okay, so bile juice also converts fat globules into smaller globules. Okay, and it increases bile juice, it increases the efficiency of these enzymes. Okay, so students, in small intestine, the food is finally absorbed by the villi. You can see these are villi. Okay, villi. Okay, villi. So students, suppose this is our food, okay, our digested food, okay, and our villi is absorbing, okay, our villi are absorbing it. Students, villi are highly reached with blood vessels. These red parts are blood vessels, okay. These villi are richly supported with blood vessels. Blood vessels is because these blood vessels can take the food to all parts of the body, okay, to all parts of the body. Students, the undigested food is reached to small intestine by this ibinum, okay, okay. This is ibinum. This pipe from here to here is called ibinum. You can also learn it, but it is not mentioned in your ncert book. So the undigested digested food is provided to our large intestine, okay, where more water will absorb, okay, and the remaining undigested food is removed from our body by this anus. It is very important, students, anus. This anus contains here a sphincter muscle. This sphincter muscle is very important. If it is not present in our body, then we shall be excreting every time, okay. So it is very important, sphincter muscles, okay. So this is appendix, students. What is the role of it? Yes, no role. It has no role. So students, we have discussed our all topics, okay. Let's revise them. This part is what? Yes, nasal cavity. And this is what? Yes, buccal cavity. And these important glands are what? Yes, salivary glands, okay. And this pipe is called as esophagus or food pipe, but esophagus is more prominent. And this is our stomach, okay, and this is our liver, and this is gallbladder, and there is a bile duct which allows the entry of bile juice from liver to small intestine, okay. And this is our small intestine, and this is large intestine, okay. So these are the organs of our digestive tract, okay. Let's revise what we have learned, okay. So firstly, the food reaches mouth and crushed into starch particles, and second, action of salivary amylase to starch and converting it into sugar. Then third is by peristaltic movement of esophagus, the food reaches stomach. Then releasing of HCl for giving acidic medium to pepsin, and from the action of HCl, a inner lining mucus prevents our stomach, okay. It is very important. This fourth point is very important. And fifth is, then the food reaches small intestine where the pancreatic enzymes released by pancreatic juice works or acts. These enzymes want alkaline nature, and this salty nature, you can say, is provided by bile juice. Okay, bile juice secreted by liver, and this bile juice is secreted by liver. Okay, students, this bile juice is secreted by liver. This fourth point is very important, students, okay. Then trypsin digests protein into amino acids, and lipase digests fat into glycerol, and pancreatic amylase digests carbohydrates into glucose, okay. Then eighth is, then absorbing of water by large intestine and removing of undigested food by anus. It is very important. So my advice to you is take a screenshot of this, okay. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. So students, this is very benefitful video, and it can change the life of your way of understanding the human digestive system. Okay, so share this video. Okay students, share this video to your all buddies. Okay, watching. Goodbye and your joy.